Quasi-static process. Here, in the word quasi-static, the term quasi means seems like, and the term static means at rest. So, quasi-static processes are those processes which are seems to be at rest, but the process is undergoing. For an example, let us consider a system A whose variables are P, V, and T, and by performing quasi-static process, system A's variables become such that it becomes equals to another system named B, whose variables are 2P, 2V, and 2T, and the time taken in this transformation, it is 5 million years. As in this case, for going A to B by quasi-statically, it takes 5 million years, and the change of variables are twice of initial. So if we try to measure the change in 1 second in this process for going A to B by quasi-statically, we will find the change is so small that it tends to 0. That means if at t equal to 0 second, if a equals to a, then after 1 second you will find a remains same, that is a, as the change in this case will be so small that it can be neglectable. And as in this case no change is occurring, that means we can say that the system A is in thermodynamic equilibrium with the surrounding. Thermodynamic equilibrium means system A is at thermal, mechanical and chemical equilibrium with surrounding. That means all the type of energy exchange you can imagine in terms of radiation in case of not having in thermal equilibrium, loss of energy in the form of sound in case of not having in mechanical equilibrium, and other type of energy loss that you can imagine are not occur here, as system A is at thermodynamic equilibrium with surrounding. That means in case of quasi-static processes, if we divide this path in infinitely small points, you will find that every point is at thermodynamic equilibrium. That means in every point during the process there will be no loss in terms of radiation, sound or other things, as they are in thermodynamic equilibrium with the surrounding. That means in the time period of 5 million years, if system A takes Q amount of heat energy, then all the heat energy will be used to increase system A's pressure from P to 2P, and to increase its volume V to 2V, and its system A's temperature T to 2T. That's why we are saying in quasi-static processes there will be no loss of the energy. Now let's consider a real gas inside of a closed, and the bottom side of the rigid walls is conducting and other sides are adiabatic. And forcefully if we give q amount of heat to this real gas system, then all the change of heat energy that we are making to this real gas system will must be equal to its internal energy. As in this case the wall is rigid, the volume is unchangeable, then the gas won't be able to do some work by absorbing this q amount of heat. That's why that all the change of heat energy that we are making will must be equals to its internal energy. As we have learned previously that in case of quasi-static process, all the points in the path are in thermodynamics equilibrium with surrounding. So in this case the change of dq amount of heat that we are making will not be converted into something else. It must be equals to change of the system's internal energy. And in the second case, if we take the same gas in another condition, that is the upper side of the wall is movable, that means if somehow this system's molecules gets some energy from anywhere, then this system will try to expand. So in this case, this upper wall can be shifted towards upward, or somehow if we absorb some amount of energy from this system, then it will be compressed, so the upper wall can be slide downwards. So in this case, let's consider we are giving to this system q amount of heat by quasi-statically. That means in the process of giving heat, every point lies in thermodynamics equilibrium. So also in this case, there will be no loss of energy that we are giving in terms of radiation, sounds, or other things. So let's say by giving q amount of heat, we are changing system's heat energy by delta q amount, and that must be equals to the work done by the system, that is W. As we learned previously, if any system got some heat energy, then system's temperature will rise, and as temperature is correlated with internal energy, then its internal energy will also rise. Also we are making the change of internal energy, and the change of internal energy we are saying that is delta U. Here we have written W. As we know, if the system got Q amount of heat, then system will try to expand. So in this case, as the upper side of the wall is movable, so it will slide upwards. So in this case, let's assume the change in volume due to the movement of upper wall upwards is delta V. So in this case, work done is integration of PdV. So in this case, the change of heat energy that we are making forcefully, that will be totally converted in the work done that the system is doing, and the change of system's internal energy that we have written as delta U. And if this not goes by a quasi-static process, then here we'll have some other terms change in the terms of radiation or in the terms of anything. As in this case, all the change of heat energy we are making must be equals to the work is done by the system plus change of system's internal energy. And this is the first law of thermodynamics. All the change of heat energy that we are making, it must be equals to the work is done by the system and change of system's internal energy. As from initial, we are saying the process is done through quasi-statically. So the first law is based on conservation of energy.